Hello everyone, welcome back to Believers Science Academy, Bengaluru. This is topic of the day discussion session. In this session, we will be discussing a very important and pressing issue, that is declining fertility rate levels in India. Okay, we will see the decline, what will be its implications, what will be its socio-economic implications on the northern states as well as southern states. According to the Global Burden of Disease 2021 report, shows that the total fertility rate has dropped significantly, raising socio-economic and political concerns. The highlights of the GBD report. According to the report, India's total fertility rate has decreased from 6.18 children per woman in 1950s to 1.9 in 2021, which is below the replacement level of 2.1% or 2.1 needed for population stability. Okay, so suppose there is a population. In order to replace the population, the total fertility rate is at least 2.1. What is fertility rate? Fertility rate is the the maximum number of child an average woman bears in her lifetime. Okay, for example, if the total fertility rate or the replacement fertility rate is 2.1, it means that each female or each woman should have 2.1 child, in a sense 2.1 in the sense two children, at least two children. Only then they would be able to replace the population. Now it has gone below 1.9%, meaning it is below 1.9%, meaning if the population goes on decreasing, then with this fertility rate we will not be able to replace the population which we are losing. Okay, so that is fertility rate. According to these projections, if the same rate of fertility increases, or if the same rate of fertility or same level goes on maintained, then the total fertility rate is expected to decline further to 1.04, potentially resulting in an average of fewer than one child per woman. Okay, so that is the issue. So the concern here is this steep decline has raised concerns about its impact on demographics, workforce, and political representation, particularly in the southern states. Okay, so this is the issue. Okay, you have to understand what is fertility rate. Okay, so there is a two important key terms in the biology, that is fecundity versus fertility. What is fecundity? Fecundity is the childbearing capacity. It is just childbearing capacity. Okay, there is no fecundity rate or anything such as. If a woman is capable of bearing a child, then she is considered as a fecund. Okay, what is fertility then? Fertility is the general performance of a woman, in the sense how many child is she bearing, that is the fertility. The performance, okay, the function of fecundity is the fertility. Therefore we can say that there is a rate of fertility, in the sense if a woman or an average, if a woman is having 3 children, then it is called as fertility rate of 3 on an average. Okay, that is fertility. Now why are the fertility rates declining in India? Why it is declining? First one is because of early adoption of family planning. Southern states like Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh rigorously implemented family planning policies introduced in 1950s, and those family planning policies were largely successful in these areas. Andhra Pradesh, as a result, currently has a TFR of 1.5, comparable to that of developed nations like Sweden. Okay, so you can say the family planning policies were largely successful. Then higher female literacy and workforce participation. meaning women's education and financial independence have led to delayed marriages and smaller families. The delayed marriages is resulting in lesser fertility performance from the women, as many of the women consider bearing a child as a burden on them. Okay, then Kerala achieved replacement level fertility as early as 1988, which was driven by high female literacy rates. Then changing societal norms, that is, cultural shifts, including prioritizing careers and financial stability, have reduced the family sizes, particularly in urban areas. And finally, urbanization and economic pressures. Urban lifestyles and high living costs discourage larger families. States like Tamil Nadu and Karnataka illustrate how urbanization impacts the fertility rate. Okay, this is the fertility rate of 2001 to 2021. This is 2001. Karnataka had a fertility rate of 2.4 in 2001. Due to the rapid urbanization, now it has reached a total fertility rate of 1.6. Similarly, Tamil Nadu from 1.9 to 1.4%. Okay, 1.4 only. Okay, so how all these developmental induced activities as well as government policies has resulted in reduction in fertility rate. Okay, now why are the southern states worried then? Okay, you might have seen in recent interviews and recent newspapers that the politicians of southern India are encouraging people to have more and more children, are encouraging people to have more offspring, encouraging them to increase the fertility rate because of various reasons, such as it is resulting in aging population. Southern states like Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Andhra Pradesh face a growing elderly population due to below replacement fertility levels. Example, Kerala's population aged 60 plus is expected to rise from 13% to 23% by 2036, leading to increased demand for healthcare and pensions. Healthcare in the sense palliative healthcare. Okay, then the political representation. This is one of the reasons why politicians are forcing or encouraging people to have more children. That is, the 2026 delimitation of the parliamentary constituencies based on the population figures may reduce the political influence of southern states due to slower population growth compared to the northern states like Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. Okay, this population figures is the main idea behind delimitation. Aim is to provide one vote for one person and one value. Okay, in order to provide that, we have to change the seat numbers. In order to provide that, we have to change the constituencies. If we are going with the population, then more seats will be provided to the northern states and the representation will be more from the northern states compared to that of southern states because the population is low. Okay, that is why southern states feel that because they did a good job in controlling population, they are being punished by the government, even with respect to finance commission recommendations as well, even in the financial devolution as well. Population is one of the key factors in deriving the horizontal devolution. Okay, even there the southern states feel that their policies or their honest efforts in reducing the population are being punished by the government instead of being appreciated. Okay, then economic challenges, that is, a shrinking workforce could lead to lower tax revenues and economic productivity, similar to challenges faced by aging nations like Japan, China, and South Korea of recent. Okay, then migration dependencies, that is, southern states may increasingly rely on the internal migration from northern states to fill labor shortages, potentially causing regional socio-economic disparities and disputes. As we can see in the Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, where they are being outnumbered in the major cities like Bengaluru, by the migrants. Okay, as a result, there is a regular skirmishes seen in Chennai, Bengaluru, Hyderabad, etc. areas because of the language drift, because of the socio-economic regional disparities. Then, what should be the way forward then? Okay, so the fertility rate has decreased. Okay, in order to regain the fertility, it will take some time. So, what should be the way forward till then? There should be equitable resource distribution, that is post delimitation, implement policies to ensure fair representation and resource allocation without penalizing the states that successfully controlled population growth. Okay, what was the need of India immediately after independence? It was to control the population. India was going through population explosion. India had lesser resources compared to the people. So one of the policy of the central government or the Indian government was to reduce the population. And the states who were able to achieve this reduction in population were the southern states. Now, if you are going for delimitation based on the population number, then it is nothing but penalizing the southern states for their successful implementation of population growth. Okay, then support for aging populations, that is strengthen social security systems and healthcare infrastructure to support elderly population. Then encourage skill development and migration friendly policies to address workforce shortages. And then encouraging regional balances, that is develop policies to reduce disparities between northern and southern states, promoting balanced regional development. And finally, promoting fertility awareness, that is while celebrating the success of population control measures, you should also raise awareness about maintaining sustainable fertility levels to avoid long-term socio-economic challenges. Okay, so not saying that reducing the fertility rate is a bad thing, but we should also keep in mind that fertility rate should be at least at the level of replacement rate. Okay, so in conclusion, declining fertility trend highlights India's demographic transition, but underscores the need for balanced policies in order to address associated challenges in aging, workforce dynamics, and regional disparities. Okay, so very important topic, especially if you are attending into this year, and there can be a question on fertility rate because in 2021 2024 mains there is a question on demographic winter or demographic cool down. Okay, if the question is asked with respect to globe, the same question can be repeated with respect to India. So be prepared for these kind of questions with the relevant data and relevant recommendations as well. So for more videos like this, please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and also click on the bell icon so that you don't miss any notification. With this, I will end the video. Jai Hind.